Across the country, cities and businesses are banning plastic straws.
And depending on who you ask, the decision is a good one for the environment, but it could cause new difficulties for certain people in the tri-state.
9 on your sides, Paolo Suro explains why they are fighting back to make sure that straws don't become a thing of the past.
Hi, how you doing?
At Arnold's Bar and Grill, there's history on the wall.
We're the oldest bar in Cincinnati. We've been open since 1861.
And a big story behind something so small.
Younger people would appreciate, whoa, what's this? A paper straw. Because they feel different.
When Jim Tarbell took over Arnold's in 1976, he made it his mission: open air, freshly squeezed lemonade, and paper straws.
I would not underestimate the value environmentally of this one item.
And that's why years ago, Arnold's went strawless. If you ask for a drink, you'll get no straw. If you ask for a straw, you'll get paper straws.
This is hopefully just a symbol of where we're going with our environmental awareness.
Now that local commitment to the environment is part of a global controversy over humans' reliance on plastic, especially plastic straws.
There's still a purpose here for straws, for sanitation purposes, for health conditions.
And dozens of cities outside of the tri-state, including Seattle and Miami Beach, have already banned them. And locally, Arnold's isn't alone. Crazy Fox Saloon in Newport also did it.
We're trying to lessen the impact, and the best way to do that is to not give them out at all.
In Rumpke landfills in Ohio, you'll find plastic is the second most prevalent material following paper. The Hamilton County Recycling and Solid Waste District found that in 2012, plastic made up almost 22% of what residents throw away. And recycling most plastic is impossible, so it ends up in the wrong places.
We always are finding plastics along the shoreline, if they're not already floating out in the lakes and the streams and the ocean.
That is why other options are already on the market.
We recommend is that you use reusable straws. You have stainless steel, there's even glass, there's even reusable plastic ones that you can use.
But not everybody can embrace these changes.
Thank you so much.
Michael Denlinger's go-to drink is Pepsi.
If I didn't have this straw, it would be very hard for me to tip the glass up to my mouth to drink it.
Michael was born with cerebral palsy and relies on plastic straws to hydrate. He's learned to bring them with him wherever he goes. That's because plastic straws are the safest option for his health condition.
Drinking from a metal straw would be kind of hard because it might cut up the roof of people's mouth a little bit. I know I would get paper in my mouth because the straw would get really wet from my saliva. You would also have a choking hazard on your hands at that point.
It's for people like him that bendy plastic straws were invented, and they originated in a place like this one. Hospitals.
So a straw can be useful for somebody that's had a stroke and has weakness on one side of their face. They can use the straw and put it on the stronger side, and that helps keep the liquids contained in the mouth.
Speech-language pathologist Colleen Delahanty uses straws every day to evaluate how her patients are swallowing.
In this hospital setting, I believe we still need to have the straws. They're part of our assessments, and quite frankly, when we do the swallow study, sometimes people can't use a cup.
At the end of the day, if Michael goes to a place like Arnold's that serves up paper straws to its customers, he can still ask and receive plastic straws, but he's concerned on what the future means for them.
And looking out for the planet, let's not accidentally leave behind people who need certain things to live in their daily life.
Paolo Suro, 9 on your side.
Tomorrow on WCPO.com, you will be able to find a longer piece on this controversial topic, including an interview with Ryan Custer, the 20-year-old who suffered a traumatic injury after falling into a makeshift pool.